G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. We have the brother Heck here.
Kia ora.
And that means he is either up north or I'm down in Wellington. And in this case, I'm down in Wellington. Behind me, we have the beautiful Te Tahi Bay, looking gorgeous on a sunny spring morning. I've come down to Wellington. We're gonna jump in the water with Heck, see if we can rustle up a feed of Paua, crays, kina, and maybe the odd fish or two. Let's get into it. It was great to have a catch up with Heck, and we actually spent quite a bit of time just sitting with our feet in the water having a chat. But we finally headed out there, and it didn't take long to find a little patch of Paua. So this was a kind of a sandy, rocky area, so lots of rock, lots of sandy gutters. Probably not really the ideal spot for Paua, but as you can see, we do have a few here. And I'll start to get to work on them. That one sort of gave me a bit of a run around. It's quite sticky on the rock. But yeah, just carrying on. Another one here. And that made 3 for the dive. I managed to pull another one off that you couldn't see on camera. The majority of the Paua here were sort of just undersized, only a tiny little bit, but I did manage this one that was legal.
On the board. Nice.
And then I watched Heck coming up from the depths with a couple of Paua as well.
Just under. Man. Nice.
We carried on working the area, and you know, sandy gutters with rocks in them might not be very ideal for Paua, but it is the sort of ground where you find crayfish, and it wasn't long before I did find a group of crayfish here. So I'd actually seen it before, gone up, had a breathe up, came down and had a crack at this crayfish here. Got my arm in there, it backed up on me. I got my fingers to it, but I just couldn't quite get a full grab on it. And yeah, I looked in the back to see if there was a back way to get in the hole, but there wasn't. Got my hand in there, I've got my fingers on it, I can see Heck going back to the surface in the background, but in the end I just cannot work it out of its hole and have to go up to the surface myself.
Oh damn, I just missed a good one.
Back down there, same spot, because there were a few crayfish there, and it doesn't take long to find another one to line up. Get my hand to this one, I get a better grab on it, and I manage to drag it out. And I have a quick look at it on the way to the surface, and I'm quietly confident that it's going to be legal.
She'll be legal too, I think. Easy legal. Woohoo! Couple more of them and we'll be good. Yeah, just got another one off camera. You beauty. Nice little female. Oh, whew.
We carried on, covering ground, sort of went for a little while without finding any more crayfish, and then after diving for quite a while, I came across another one and I was pretty much out of breath, so went back to the surface, had a breathe up, just left the gun down there, and then dropped back down. It actually took me a little bit to find where that crayfish was. Found it in the end, tucked up in this little crack, and had a quick grab. It was one of those short cracks where it can't really get away. And yeah, got her in the end.
That's number 3.
Same story a bit later on. I didn't find any really good patches of crays, but just every now and then I'd find one, and this was no exception. So yeah, just dropped the gun, went for a breathe up, came down, got this crayfish here, and get a very quick grab on it. Just managed to get my hand to it, but do manage it.
Yes, number 4. We're getting them.
And by this stage I've got my eye in. I don't need to measure it. I know it's legal, so it can go straight in the bag. I actually moved in a little bit closer after that 4th crayfish. I really wanted a few more Paua, and there seemed to be a few more just in a little bit shallower. So I find a nice one here with a patch of them. This place had a lot of just under legal Paua, like lots and lots of them. Really good sign to see Paua for the future like that. So yeah, obviously people tend to be playing by the rules here, I think, which is a great sign to see. And yeah, that one made it legal, so in the bag it went, and I did actually manage a couple more off camera, and then it was time to head in.
Oh yeah.
Alright, we're back on dry land.
And that was a pretty cool little dive. Pretty damn cool. 4 crayfish, 4 paua. Just got informed that the limit's 5 down here now, so I'm glad I didn't get any more than that. Have to remember that one. And I got 1 kina. The bro Hick, what'd you get, Hick?
Oh, I got a big bag of kinas and only managed to find like 3 paua, legal ones. So yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm massive dive. The viz was pretty hazy.
Yeah, it was a bit hazy. It wasn't too bad, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, I got my catch all laid out here on the grass. I've got 1 crayfish trying to make its way out of here. In fact, there's a couple trying to make their way out of here, but don't worry, they won't get away. So we've got the 4 crays, the 4 paua, and I only got 1 little kina. Actually, I did eat a couple in the water, so they were nice and fat and tasty. So we are going to pack up, and I think we're going to Hick's place for a kai, so you might be joining us there. All right, we made it back to the brother Hick's house, and look who we found. Te Ururangi.
Hey,
Bloody awesome to see you, brother.
Yeah, you too, brother.
Yeah, Hick's here. Hick, I escaped and hung out with the family all afternoon, and while I was doing that, Hick brought all our kai moana back and prepped it all up, and we have the main feed going on. We've got some crays, and we've got a salad. We have potato salad.
The kinas are outside. Kinas are out in the sink outside for dessert.
Yeah, we just tried a few of the kinas. They are awesome. Haven't done anything with the paua yet because I left Hick on his own and I wasn't here to help him. But
Kapai, bro, kapai.
chair. We're gonna have a kai now, and yeah, it looks pretty damn good.
Oh yeah. Whenua from the moana. Oh, it's beautiful. Kau. Yeah, so yeah, and we give thanks for this beautiful kai and for the energy that we're gonna get from this kai and the nutrition we're gonna get. May give us the energy to go out into this world and grow and do awesome things. Amen.
Amen.
Mauri ora.
Yeah, enjoy.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Well, it's a couple of days since my dive with Hick, and now out on another mission. Still in the Wellington region, and this is just another quick shore dive. It's a bit of a walk around to the spot, but hopefully we're gonna find some butters to shoot, and maybe a few more paua. Should be all good. Let's go. Alright, we're out here. Very, very hot walk, but quite scenic. It's pretty beautiful out there. This is going to be a pretty short dive. I don't have a lot of time, so we're just going to get out there, maybe try and get a few paua and a couple of butterfish. So anything else is a bonus. Let's do it.
So just before I got in the water, I realised I'd left my catch bag with my measure behind, so I couldn't really get paua, so it was straight on to the butterfish, and I found this nice little bit of ground here that had a few butterfish kicking around. Most of them were pretty small, but I spy one that I think will be legal and get a shot into it. And yeah, it's not the biggest butterfish in the world, but it is legal size, and we want some to eat, so pretty happy to be on the board. I move out into a little bit deeper water. I'm kind of looking for those bigger butterfish, and find this rock here. And when I dive down onto it, I see this school of blue morkie. Quite a nice little school of blue morkie. They're not very big though, not really big enough to interest me. So I decide I'll leave them to it, and then I roll over the other side of the rock here, on the prowl for those elusive big fat butterfish. And I spy one just swimming away from me, so I line him up, take a long shot, and yeah, missed that one. While I'm lying breathing up in this deeper water, I see a little patch of rock. Got kelp all around it, nice awesome kelp forest here, but there's just a little bit of patch of bare rock. And so I drop down into it thinking that there's probably some kina there. And sure enough, there are. There's some nice big fat pumpkin kina. Yum yum. Love me a good feed of kina when they're nice and big and fat like this. So yeah, just cruise along, gather some of the bigger ones that I find. I don't need too many. My partner Aya has become allergic to kina, unfortunately for her. So it's only really me that eats it, so I just grabbed a few for a quick feed for me. Didn't need heaps, but was pretty happy to get them.
Yeah. It was nice kinos.
And because I had left my catch bag behind, I had to just sit them on the float boat. But that worked fine. Was no issue with that at all. Of course, I also had to try them, so cracked one open, and as you can see, beautiful rows in it. I just lay there for a while picking out on it. I didn't end up finding many butterfish out in the deeper water, so I moved back a little bit shallower again and ended up finding this rock that had pretty decent numbers of reasonable sized butters swimming around. Once again, there is a lot of juvenile stuff here, but there are a few better ones, so sort of just a case of getting down into the gutters, creeping along the kelp until I saw a decent one, and then lining it up and taking a shot. And it's another nice butter for the bag. So I continued to work this area, and this is actually the last dive I've got on camera. I had spent quite a bit of time before I found this area looking, and I was recording every dive, and in the end my camera battery went flat. But I did manage a couple more butters off camera. Alright, I've made it back to the car. What an epic little dive that was. I had to work for it, there was quite a bit of current there and but nice result. I've got 4 nice butterfish and 4 beauty kina, and I had a couple of kina in the water. They're nice and fat, so pretty happy about that. I'll just show you the catch. And here's the catch. 4 nice kina, 4 nice butterfish.
You beauty. Gonna head back to town now, and got a few little things to do in there. Get all that sorted. It might be butterfish for dinner, I think. Yes. Well, it's been a few weeks since I filmed this video, and I'm only just now getting to edit it. I am a wee bit behind on my editing, but yeah, we didn't actually eat that butterfish that night, but we did have it a couple of nights later, and it was absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I realised I never talked about what we were doing in Wellington, but my partner has actually got a job in Wellington. She is down there 3 weeks out of the month now, and I am back home in Northland holding down the home fort. So the trip down there was to get her all established, settled in, and that's been going pretty well. She's been at that for about a month and a half now, so it's all working out pretty nicely. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for the diving while I've got you on the camera and I'm in the backyard. Thought I might show you the marta, just give you a little marta update. We have our peas. They are pumping. Lots of flowers, lots of peas on them. We're eating them every day. They're absolutely delicious. We've got cucumbers on this pea fence as well, and we're starting to get some nice cucumbers happening. Pretty cool. I've got eggplants here, lettuces, and the capsicum. Capsicum looks like it's just about to start flowering. The eggplant have been flowering for a while now. Nano's garden, she's only got this one. We're pretty sure this is a cauliflower. In this next garden over, the kale has gone to flower and it's now going to seed. I've got some spring onions in here. We're hoping for plenty of raw fish this summer, so spring onions are always good. We've got some cabbages, some nice cabbages here. They're almost ready. One cauliflower has already been picked and we're hoping it sprouts again, but we've got another nice little cauliflower hiding in here. Over here we have our beetroot, and we've been eating beetroot out of here quite a bit. So we've got a few big mature ones left, but then we've got some smaller ones coming, a couple of lettuce mixed in amongst there, and along the back here these are leeks. The rewire patch is coming along. I've kind of turned it into a bit of a kumara patch. But we've got some nice rewire here. We had another row here which I have harvested and now planted some more rewire. And then over this side I just managed to plant my kumara tipu. So I'm probably a little bit behind on the kumara tipu, but I have high hopes they will catch up because everything is growing pretty nicely. Down here we have the garlic. Aya planted this garlic before she left and it is just pumping. Nice lot of garlic and leek in between the garlic, so they're pretty good. We've got our tomatoes. We've got a crop of tomatoes starting to happen on our tomato plants here, and they're all looking very, very healthy. These ones on this side are cherry tomatoes and they've sort of only really just started to flower, but they are getting there. And over here is the beans and the pumpkins, and man, these guys, particularly the pumpkins, have gone absolutely mental. We've got some beans, and there are beans here on them. It's starting to produce. I'm eating them pretty much every day. And the pumpkins, well, they're pumping. Wonder if that's why they call them pumpkins, because they pump. But anyway, got plenty of pumpkins here on the vine already. They're going for it. But yeah, everything is looking damn fine. So yeah, that's the Marakai update, and that's the video for now. So I'm gonna say thank you for watching. We'll see you in that next one. Cheers.